Okay, so without further ado, I would like to invite the CEO of Wanton, Dr. Tony. Okay. Can we all mute? I have someone is raising up their hand. I need us to mute. We have someone raising up their hand. That's one of our participants and our supporters. Please, you can go ahead and ask your question or make your contribution. Go ahead.
Hello. Yeah, hi. Can you hear me?
Hello, we can hear you very well.
I'm having a bit of problem with my.
We can hear you very well.
Yeah, sorry. Okay. I was just about to share my screen actually. Thank you everyone.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you everyone for your contribution. I heard what KBC was saying about collaboration, and for me, really, my name is Mike, and I'm based in London. I'm the founder of Magruso.com, and we are a marketplace for bulk foods and agricultural products. And one of the reasons we decided to build this platform is to find a way to create almost like a digital hub where we can work with people like KBAC, Ocean Means, bring everybody together on one platform to collaborate. So I'm quite happy and excited to see companies like Ocean Means, the product they've created, and really, I think probably after this meeting, I'll like to speak a bit more with them to see how we can get their product on board to promote their product in the UK. Also, part of the reasons why we built Magrosa as well is to, with Brexit and the United Kingdom pulling out of the EU, we wanted to create a platform for primarily for the United Kingdom to open that import and export market between the UK and Africa, but starting with Nigeria, also speaking with a few people in Ghana and in South Africa. So that's what we're trying to do. So for me also, I'll really welcome. I'm open, really willing to help anybody. If there's any way I can help in any way, I'll share my email. If you need anything from the UK, you need any sort of assistance with regards to agriculture, and so I'm willing to help providing any sort of support I can give. I'm open to that. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you so much for that. That was very, very enlightening and impactful. Okay, so we'll go straight to our next brand presentation. That's what we'll do now. We'll go straight to our next brand presentation. So before that, we wanted to find out Dr. Tony. Dr. Tony. Okay, Dr. Tony.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you very well, sir. The floor is yours, sir.
All right. Good morning to everybody. Good morning to the speakers. A wonderful day to our participants. I welcome you being a part of this platform. I just wanted to shed a little bit more light. I want to particularly say thank you very much to Mr. Akin Kumalu. He came up with some fantastic suggestions, and I want us to go away with some of the facts he highlighted. And these are the facts. If you're ever talking about using agriculture, agribusiness, or whatever to develop national economy, you need to understand the natural linkage and progression from the very grassroots right up to the industry. Now, I can tell you from the last statistics we heard a couple of weeks back, of all the 3.5 million secondary schools in Nigeria, only 550 are actively, when I say actively involved in agriculture. Whether you look at it as educating them about agriculture or practicing agriculture, you look at that ratio, it is phenomenally shameful. Ever since the demise of, I think, Sir Tai Sholari, Tai Secondary School never buy anything outside salt for the students' catering. There's another secondary school in Kano. I cannot remember. It's Sheikh something. I forgot the name now. Sheikh, whatever. What I'm trying to tell you that secondary school also in Kaduna produce everything that they feed the secondary school pupils. Now, when you make this young generation of Nigerian food soldiers to toy the land with cutlass and hoe, which they have seen their fathers done years without reward. Now you're going to tell me that when it's Salah time, there is no ram on the table. When it's Christmas, there is no turkey on the table. You think this young generation will be inspired to zonta the same path their father went for years? And you're telling us that agriculture is viable. No. China started with secondary school pupils. Secondary school pupils were even designing simple implements to upscale productivity in agriculture. In fact, there was a particular secondary school in Nantan that converted the back wheel of a motorbike into shelling kernels of maize. And they were able to achieve 3.5 tons in an hour. These are secondary school pupils. So you see, there is such a long gap within the value chain. People who have designed, people who have come up with products, and industries are not there to offtake from them, and commercially populate the entire community for just simple technology. It's even a shame that today, let me tell you, I'm sure my chairman doesn't want me to mention it, they had to go to India to sign a contract with Mahindra to assemble. The word assemble, remember, is not manufacture, assemble tractor in Nigeria. Meanwhile, we have Triactor that was designed by an engineering student of Ladoke, Akintola. The guy has been disturbing us over the years. This guy converted a motorbike. I don't know if you have seen it. I can forward it to everybody. He converted a motorbike into a tractor. He actually branded it Triactor. Equipment like this can be used on the garden. It can be used on an acre of land, just like Mr. Kumulu mentioned. It can be used even in a plot of land. And now, one thing, we are encouraging land intensification, where from one plot of land, you can get so many enterprises done. Because you see, now with the insecurity in Nigeria, you don't need vast area of land to achieve your goal. But you see, technology is very, very important. And when technology is not within the affordable reach of the common farmers, then technology is a shame. Technology is a failure. So we need to start working with our vocational institutions, colleges of technology, university, and then create a linkage with industries and investors who will uptake these simple designs from our young generation, commercialize it, redesign, remodel, and make it affordable and accessible to young farmers. Banks should wake up as well. You see, you cannot develop technology when the financial institutions have no clue. I will tell you straight away, our financial institutions are just storage for cash. They have no clue about investment. Go and look at Rabobank today. Rabobank is the largest single private agribusiness bank in the entire world. And they continue to finance, support research, support technology research, and provision of modern technology to the agricultural environment. In fact, Rabobank funded an institution in Netherlands to produce composite air spray drone, a drone that can assess wind direction, wind flow, wind velocity. If it is not environmentally friendly, the diaphragm to release chemical will not open. It has a specialized sensor. You see, these are the kind of thing we're talking about in Africa. The number of technology that were imported from outside Nigeria, based on the fact that they researched and designed and developed that technology to suit their own environment. We were bringing those into Nigeria, and you can't believe it. The indiscriminate use of some of these chemicals are driving the bees population in our ecosystem to extinction. And yet we want to upscale the yield of, whether you call it maize or cereals. Are those not the populators? Those are the populators. Those are the guys that are going to generate cross-pollination of crops for increase. We already adopt wrong technology to destroy them within our ecosystem. So part of what we are discussing today is the fact that we need to go back to a roundtable, in which case we need to be talking to all stakeholders in the agricultural industry. It's not just collaboration, go to KBAC, get a land. Yes, KBAC has got the land, it will let you have the land. But what about the rest of the operationalism to improve yield, to increase lifestyle and revenue of farmers? It cannot be done without all the value stakeholders. Most of the secondary school pupils, when they leave school, part of their handiwork for the day is to work on the farm, but it's no longer romantically attractive. You know, so those boys will continue to just roam the street after school hours, play with their phones. They play with their phones, end up in the cafe for stylish yahoo and things like that. And yet we continue to talk about technology. Look at the small ruminant animals. Technology has not been doing anything to improve. When we talk about rabbit farming, we talk about grass cutter farming, we talk about fish farming. There are a host of all small natural bigger organisms that we have been delightfully endowed to this nation called Nigeria. But we continue to depend on what is available in the wild. And yet we want to grow our gross domestic product. You see, all these things will never happen until we bring technology into agriculture, make it accessible, get the financial institutions to fund it, private investors and angel investors to look into those directions and support young technicians, young fabricators, young designers to make all these things available commercially. Somebody brought mechanized rakes from China. These were fantastic. Within 1.5 hours, you have completely weeded 1 to 3 acres of farm. But in 2 or 3 weeks, because of lack of knowledge for maintenance, because of lack of knowledge for understanding the operationalism of these machineries, they are returning them to the store. It stopped working. It broke down, blah, 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 blah. Because of our mentality. We have this shrewd mentality that has to entirely go back into all the things we are doing. Look at all the airplanes that we brought into Nigeria. They function for 1 year, and then the next thing, they've gone bonkers. That is what is repeating itself in agriculture. Look at what Mr. Kumulu mentioned about biodigester in Enugu or something like that. This, for me, should be something that should be replicated all over. It's not just be limited to one area. Every other person should anchor onto that program, because energy is the biggest problem we have in Nigeria. Energy, gas, and all of this. They are there, ubiquitous, all over the nation. But you see, government is not in the business of investing in people. They'll tell you, oh, our charter is to invest in people. No, that's not it. Because you see, all those professors, can I tell you that currently Nigeria has the largest number of professors in Africa? In case you don't know, let me tell you that one. And then even the largest number of professors of engineering, especially automobile. In fact, I was surprised when I discovered that. We have the largest number of automobile engineers in Africa, but we're not able to manufacture tire. We're not even able to manufacture horns for vehicles. Now that same lackadaisical attitude is finding its way play in agriculture. And that is why we've not been able to move an inch in agriculture. All we do is talk shop, talk shop, talk shop. Look at the dairy and beef industry. A country like Botswana, Angola, Malawi, South Africa, the phenomenal percentage of GDP from just beef and dairy. In South Africa now, I don't even want to talk about America and Britain. In South Africa, a dairy cow will give you 18 to 25 liters of milk daily. The highest in Nigeria is 8. And when I say 8, I will tell you where you find those 8. Nigeria Institute of Animal Science. There's a dairy farm in Kano. I cannot remember the name of the farm now. It's in Kano. There's another one in, I think it's Zunguru. I don't know, Alaji will correct me on that. There's Sheikman Fatal in Bono. He does between 8 and 12 liters per day. Those are the guys that are working hard when it comes to dairy production. But for the rest of the nation, if you manage 5 liters a day, you are really, really a chairman. So we will, after this presentation and conference, begin to move away from a talk shop and find a way of actually collaborating at the grassroots, secondary school, technical institutions, to local technology and all of them, and begin to see how we can develop a symbiotic strategic relationship with all this younger generation. There are quite a lot of them. They are talents. They are huge out there. We need to be working with them, and we need to be talking to investors. Some of those fintech institutions. You know, you hear so person raised $3.1 million is in financial fintech. Financial fintech is not the only way to go. Why don't you bring fintech into agriculture, food processing, food storage, food packaging, branding, and all of these things that are very important for survival of mankind. Anyway, I will not take much of your time so that the next speaker can come on, but I want us to continue to put these points down that unless we go back to the very, very foundation, there's very little we can do improving agricultural technology in Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Doctor.
Thank you, Doctor.
You spoke with so much finesse, so much passion. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It was deep, and believe you me, I got to learn one very, very important information. We have the largest automobile engineers in Africa. Wow. And we cannot even produce a horn. Okay, so it goes further. I would like to, at this point, bring Alhaji to.
Someone is asking, raising his hand. Someone is raising their hands to ask question.
Okay. No, that he has. I think he has asked before. That's the brand from UK. Is there another person? I'm scrolling down. There's no other person except he wants to say something. But if he knows he has already, it's due to the first question he asked. He can unclick it so that we can we know that we don't have any more. So I would like to invite Alhaji to icing this part of the conversation so we can go to our next segment. So Alhaji sir, I would like to bring you on board to put some icing into this part of the conversation, sir.
Thank you very much, Rume. And my name is, like I said before, Alhaji Abubakar Abdullahi, the chairman CEO of AIDA Group of Companies. Group of companies that are 100% agricultural. None of them is doing any other thing than agriculture. We have 14 companies. They're all doing agriculture. Now, let me start by going back to the KBC presentation, which is started, but he couldn't finish because of bad network. We're talking about community. We're talking about cooperative societies and so on and so forth. The experience we had over the time, I would like to continue to tell people that all those things we have been doing in the past, although they can be very relevant, we should begin to change their names because the youth will not understand what is called cooperative society because they are jet age people. So they would rather have a name like clusters, names like collaborative, participative, inclusive kind of arrangement. So in that case, when you now have participative, inclusive, and mutually benefiting arrangement, then you share experiences, you share roles, and everybody plays his own role. And in the past, a lot of things come to come, technology will come. In the discussion we had, especially the one Komolu had, and of course Tony now, it comes to light that our concern and our problem in this country is not about knowing what to do, having the resources, but actually our problem is how to do it. Because we have everything it takes to change things, but we don't change them because we don't know how to change them. Now, in this case, Ocean Mint Consortium, in partnership with Wentum, AIDA Group of Companies, Ogene, and other participants will certainly lead the change. The starting point is we are going to have what we call technology, agri-entrepreneurship incubation centers. Agri-entrepreneurship incubation centers. And those agri-entrepreneurship incubation centers will concern everything from technology to the food on the table. We're going to do that, and we have set up actions, we are on motion. And then we are going to introduce what we call self-sufficient entrepreneurship incubation center. And that will take care of the youth, especially youth in the rural areas, graduates that we have that are very poor, they don't have anything to do. We want to bring them in, train them properly, and we don't want the involvement of government by any means. We will raise our money ourselves through whatever form, through crowdfunding, through collaboration, through research, and so on and so forth, and then get into the system and change the system without any money from the government. All we need from government is an enabling environment where possible. The next thing we will do is when we look at it, when we're looking at agriculture, we're making a lot of mistake in looking at agriculture from the point of view of just producing the crops and whatever. We must provide market linkages, and market linkage result into a sort of powerful avenue for even the off-takers to finance agriculture and finance technology. What is required is for us to do it right. And so far in Nigeria, we haven't gotten it right because we are always disappointed when we send our produce to other places. So Ocean Mint has broken the jinx by sending or exporting processed products or agricultural products into the UK, into Dubai, into other places. And that shows we have the pedigree of doing it right. In a country where you produce a lot of yam, you produce a lot of cassava and maize and whatever, and you cannot export it because you lack what you call good agricultural practice, GAP, Global GAP certification. And yet we have all the professors, we have all the technical people, we have everybody to assist in doing that. And they're not coming together because one, they don't understand it. They don't want to come together. And therefore we are left behind. We had cases where we took yam to London and it was rejected, we have to auction it. Yeah. I went to places I traveled far and wide. I went to Dubai, I entered Dubai Mall, a lot of yam there. And when I look at the yam is from, I think, down the license by globally certifying. I went to Kenya for a conference, and then there everybody was talking, and most of the Nigerian produce being taken away from Kenya to other countries of the world. So why are we not getting it right? And if we are waiting for the mighty to do it, the mighty will not do it. I try to analyze and relate Nigeria to a trailer that has a bad piston, bad crankshaft, bad engine, and is smoking. Therefore, the small car will not overtake either on the right or on the left. It has to allow Nigeria to go. But will Nigeria continue going smoking? No. And that is the dilemma African countries are in, because Nigeria is not moving for every other country to move. And if we remain like that, we will be regarded as a disgrace, as misfit. And therefore, since we have the youth to embrace what we are doing, and my mantra, my life has always been to support the youth and women. I'm not concerned about people of my age. I'm not concerned about yesterday's farmer. I'm not even concerned about today's farmers, because majority of them are old people who have no ideas, who do not accept ideas. In a country where the extension workers are capacity builders into their pockets, in a country where the extension work is not done, in a country where technology is not used, the farmers plant the same day and they expect to harvest the same day and take to the market the same day. That is entirely wrong. We need to change this. And in changing this, we need technology. And in getting the technology, we need technologies that we can easily transfer the knowledge. Incidentally, we have a lot of technology incubation centers in Nigeria, one of which I have used in Niger State in Mina. There is a guy called Emmanuel or something like that. We wanted packing house. We got quotation everywhere from all the major manufacturers, and he gave us a pack house for you to process, sort, and grade your tomatoes and vegetables seamlessly at 1/100% price. We got it cheaper, and it's working like normal business. Who says we cannot do it? So what we need to do, like I said earlier, we will come together with Kamolu, the KVC, and other people that have spoken, and we know now what they're doing. And I'm glad KVC's organization is in partnership with or collaboration with Ocean Mint, and therefore we do a lot of things. As I speak today, as I speak now, I have orders for 100,000 metric tons of soybeans, 100,000 metric tons of maize, and 100,000 metric tons of cassava starch, but I can't get it. I cried in 2015 while I was in Abuja. I went to meet the what you call quarantine division of Federal Agriculture. Who did I find there? Find medicals, about 15 of them, sitting with the man, the director. The director then said, Alaji, in the whole country, they cannot get chili peppers to export to Mexico because all the chili properly processed, even when they're harvested, if you come from Zaria, Kaduna to Zaria, you see them in a village, they are dried and in the open sun. Is that agriculture? We lost it. If you don't know, the same chili we are talking about is the one they used to do tear gas. The same chili is one they used to do this lip gloss that pop up the lips in the United States and other places. So the market is there. The need is there. What is required is for the youth, because I'm very worried about the youth, like Komodo has said, and like even Tony has said, the problem we have is unless we decide today to make sure that the youth embrace agriculture through all sorts of means, because the starting point is to make it seamless to them, to make it look attractive. And how does it become attractive? I'm so sick and tired of, you have technology transfer, you have trained them in technology, but the problem is you do not incubate them properly, because you have to incubate the youth, teach them all this, and then send them out for internship. Government after government in this country, they come with programs called technology or skill acquisition. What skill are you acquiring? You acquire skill. After acquiring the skill, you are given something to go away, and you go back to square one. For me, skill acquisition means you incubate the youth, hatch them out not to the market, hatch them out to internship, practice where, like Kamola's place, he has a lot of livestock establishment or whatever. Send them there. Let them understand what it is all about. And Kamola's organization should give them a certificate that they pass. Come back. Then we have venture capital companies, angel investors, to invest in them, not even the banks we are talking about, because the banks are looking at agriculture as a risky business. Until recently, they don't understand it. And today, you hardly see a properly agricultural person at the desk officer in the bank doing agriculture. So how can we achieve financing when things are done like that? We cannot. So the best thing we can do is to bring the youth, come together, all of us that are successful. Our organization, the commodities type, the KBC type, the Ocean Mint and whatever, should put resources together and showcase something that can be done and be copied and can be kind of transferred to other places. And then we end up having what is required, and the youth will now begin to embrace agriculture. So like I said before, we have already done a lot. We have worked on it. We are going to have what we call self-sufficient agri-entrepreneurship incubation center. And we will take you from everywhere. We will start with 2 centers, possibly one in Lagos, one in Kano, and then from there we become service providers. The whole essence is to attract the youth and women and all other interested parties to go into agriculture. By so doing, like Tony said, we reduce insecurity, because the upsurge of the youth, the Okada riders, I think somebody mentioned that, the Keke Napep riders, somebody mentioned that, will all stop coming, and we end up with a situation where the rural area lights the city with the biomass coming from Komodo and other places. The rural area will light the cities, and the cities will become unattractive because there is nothing except pollution and other things. So that we go back there, we eat what we grow. So until we look at life in agriculture, until we look at agriculture as an instrument of development, not agricultural development, like I said earlier, we are not getting it right. We have situations where until the time of Adeumi, the current president of African Development Bank, all we had in Nigeria were fertilizer ministers, because they were all distributing fertilizers and whatever. When he came, he began to change agriculture. He introduced quite a number of changes, and he's now in a place where he can support us Because I'm sure if this group, including all the participants that have something to show, that we put together and we go to him and say, look, this is what we want to do, and this will provide social impact, social inclusion, humanity, and then wealth creation, and then development to GDP. He will provide the fund. But you must get it right before anybody listens to you and give you fund. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm so happy that we're having this interaction. And I'm so happy that we're talking about technology, we're talking about agriculture, and we're talking about now who are the people that will go into agriculture. It's not the old people like me and others who are already on, who collected their boarding pass and they're waiting for the plane to take off. So, but while we're alive, we want to make sure that we give guidance, as I've been doing all my life, and I will continue to do it until I get to my grave. Because the only way you can succeed in your life and hereafter is when you share, you contribute, and you help others to help themselves and become useful to themselves. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Alhaji.
Wow, that was
wow. That was powerful. Thank you so much.
Again, can I just chip in?
Okay,
something?
but yeah, you can chip in.
I want to chip in something in the area of labor.
Okay.
But I want to also thank Alhaji. Alhaji, that is a wonderful one. I've even learned one or two things from you. You know, my people used to say in Yoruba language, what it means is it's only the elders that enjoy the sweetness of the bitter cola. So I really enjoyed that one, and I believe that the audience have really gained a lot from your wealth of experience. But in terms of, I just quickly want to mention something regarding labor, that participation in agri. And it is difficult for, you see, we are not always holistic about our approach towards agribusiness. Like Alhaji said, agribusiness is encompassing. It starts from marketing, processing, production, and the rest of it. But you see, the production part of it, you need labor. And in this country, we are always crying of unemployment. But if you make your villages unattractive for the youth, they will always find their way into the city. But you need to keep them in the village. So what do you want to do to make it attractive for them? We have packaged, this was like 10 years ago. We have approached the government at the state level, even though we have not been able to approach government at the federal level. We have packaged a project together. We call it Introducing Practical Agriculture into Our Secondary School. Because if you look at the population of those who are riding Okada, you find out that 99% of them are youth. So now, because you have not made the villages attractive to them, you have not even equipped them with what to do. So if you go back to schools and you enforce practical agriculture, we were saying every school must pick an aspect in agriculture that they want to specialize. If a school picks rabbitry, we support them, we give them the technical know-how, we give them the technical support for them to be able to understand what it entails to be a rabbit farmer. Like that, you know. So we have been pushing for it, but you see, the bureaucracy involved in government is always too high. But we are planning that by next year, start it as a private enterprises, like the Premier Agri Academy is doing. We will try to look for partners and begin to do it in schools. Because if the governments are not forthcoming, this should be driven by individuals who have interest in development of our youth and development of agriculture in the country. So we will look for partners, we will look for people who can come up with us, and then we can begin to deliver in this type of area so that we can equip the youth with what to do. If you equip them, you make their locality attractive, they will go back to the farm and they will be able to contribute. But they don't have anything in their head. So what do you expect them to do? You don't need any skills to ride an Okada. So they go to Okada and start riding. So that's my little contribution. Thank you so much, sir.
Let me say something. Yeah, let me say something. Now, the thing is, Komodo said something very, very well. The thing is, I want us at this forum anywhere to please know that government has no business or whatever. The reason why we have problem is because government is involved in all these things and they stop everything moving as much as it should move. So we have started, and I'm glad you mentioned that. I remember during the Jonathan regime, we had a special advisor to him, who then introduced agri in schools. And I was in Ghana then. I got attracted in that, and I found out that if we are talking about agri in schools, then that will change the mindset of the youth, the children, from looking at agriculture as a punishment, because each time they make a mistake or they commit an offense, they are asked to go to the bush and cut grass with hoe and cutlass. So we approached them. And when we approached them, we said, well, we are into greenhouse technology. Let us begin to make small greenhouses for primary to learn agriculture is a comfortable thing, and then they can move out to the sun after having made money using controlled environment technology. I came here with 15 people, 15 expatriates and whatever, we sat there, but it was all after our political gimmick. Now, if we want to do that, we can still do it, because what I said earlier, and you have captured it, Komolu, because all we want to do is to reduce the influx of the youth, graduate youth from the rural areas into the cities. And they are the major labor that we are supposed to get. And then in this case, all we need to do is say, look, government, we are doing this. You have to provide an enabling environment. Their contribution will be not less than 1% or even 0.5%. That way, the youth will take it up, because it is the youth that should now take agriculture forward, not the government, because if the youth are not ready to do it. And one funny thing is that with agriculture, emphasize, it will reduce all these things, because I kept telling people that once the youth are unemployed, that creates youth poverty. And once it creates youth poverty, it results into vices like drug addiction, raping, banditry, and there are all sorts of things. Until we're able to provide and engage the youth to do something, then we cannot get it right. And the problem we have is that people of my age are not ready to give time to the youth and guide them to change their own thing, because as much as we want them to do something, they need guidance right from home and in the societies and in groups. No number of people are interested. They all know they won't do this in their too much in a hurry. If there are too much here, because people begin to look at starting business as having 100% of the business. I don't care if I have 5% of a business that's costs 1 billion naira or 100 million, because at the end of the day, if I have 20 of that, I still have 100. I reduce my risk and whatever. So this issue of not coming together because they really want to contribute, but they just want to make money, is another issue. So we got to disabuse their minds to do that and doing that. And that is what Ocean Mint Consortium is ready to do. While we are doing other things, we'll make sure that we showcase, we provide a proof of concept with the collaboration of Komolu and others that would identify. At the end of this seminar, I would expect people who are interested in collaboration to meet us and let us see how we structure them. Because the kind of collaboration we will structure will be inclusive, participative, mutually benefiting, and sustainable. If it's not sustainable, we are not interested. And that's our mantra in Oshimi. So once again, thank you for giving the opportunity to talk again.
Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, without further ado, we'll go straight to the next and final segment of this day one of our conference, our agribusiness conference, and that will be the showcase of one of our esteemed vendors, and that will be the showcase of TradeLink. So TradeLink will be TradeLink Agro Commodities Limited will be showcasing now their brand, services, and opportunities in what they do. So TradeLink, if you're here, the floor is open to you. So while we wait for TradeLink, they will be coming up shortly to do their presentation.
Rume, can I say one or two things then? Hello, Rume.
Go ahead, doctor.
Yeah, I want to commit you, so be prepared. Rume.
Sir?
I don't believe in talk shop.
Okay, sir.
But I thank God that all of us are here.
Yes, sir.
Right now, I want us to think and agree. We're going to set up, adopt a school program, adopt a school for agriculture program. And it will be chairman by Mr. and Mrs. Kumolu, supported by Alaji Abubakar of Ida Agro Allied, and Rume Brand Development Company. So we're going to adopt a school, number one in Ogbomoso with His Royal Majesty. He's listening now, he can hear.
Yes, yes, yes,
so,
yes.
So His Royal Majesty,
like that idea.
His Royal Majesty must adopt a school ready for us. That is one in the west, south. And then Alhaji Abubakar must adopt one on our behalf in Kano. So we can start all these things we're talking about. And then we can begin to showcase likes for like, and then giving them all the publicity that is required across the nation so that all other institutions can copy and replicate. That's my submission. Thank you.
Very beautiful.
So, Mr. and Mrs. Kumolu, that's a challenge for you.
Okay.
Number one,
Doctor, you just actually said something I was going to say. I was going to say here that post-molting, we should discuss on how to adopt Mr. and Mrs. Kumolu's idea, expatiate on it, and begin to implement on it. And thank God, Doctor, you have just helped us to create a template in which we can work on, which is very doable. The consortium is very, very on track with it. Yes.
Again, has he actually created a template, or he's given us assignments?
I agree with you. It's an assignment.
Yeah. So I think what I want to tell Doctor is that he has made a good choice, and we're going to do it holistically, and we're going to start immediately. As soon as after this, we will reach out to ourselves, volume we'll reach out, and then talk about the move.
Okay. So this is what we will do. Our KBSC is back. So KBSC, we would like you to let's try again so that you can have your presentation walk through. So let's have the KBSC, sir. Welcome back, sir.
Thank you very much. You can hear me very well. Can you?
Everybody should mute so that we see what happened with KBS's network.
Okay. Because everybody and I've been listening to everybody and also watching the video. I've not left my devices. So if I can hear everybody, I can listen to everything. I can see everybody. I think you should be hearing me by now. I assume that everybody is hearing me.
Go ahead, sir. Go ahead, sir.
So I want to pick up from where I thought that I was said the majority of the things that has been said, just to put some sort of I spoke about to challenge us, the Kemolu and Araji and myself. And I want to assure everyone here of my maximum vision on whatever we agreed upon here on this platform. Having said that, I've said a lot before. I just want to conclude. Everything that everybody they have said much, and they have also told some of the things I have in mind to see. Definitely there must be the serious transformation in agriculture. And I also want to back to the idea that Alaji suggested that youth of nowadays may not want to understand what we call cooperative. Yes, they will not understand unless the name or whatever is changed before they can have some sort of interest in what they are doing. But having said that, but currently we cannot say because of you and forget those who are already have been in the farm for years and are still there. So those are the people that we have for now. But with what advice and idea have given to us, we now find a way to bring youth into it and try to get name from cooperative to something that would be appealing to youth, because youth are important components of all these things we are saying. If they are left behind, they are going nowhere. By the time those of us that are 50 and so on and so it leaves, who are we going to leave all those things behind for? So, to me, as everybody has been saying, youth have to be carried along. All the things that we have been able to do with institutions, we have been able to come together several times. They have met with people, with everybody. If you see all those slides, you will see some pictures taken during some of their visits to our place. You see women, men, and you can everybody, and they understand all these things we are talking about transformation and culture. So I've said it, and they have told the doctor and Mr. Akin have also shed a lot of light on it. That when certain things are put in place, that thing we are lacking come into play. Actually, I've come into a conclusion that we cannot really make any progress without getting back to the roots and the thing from the grassroots. So, and with all this, from my own personal experience opinion, I like at the end of the tunnel based on discussions that we are having now. And I'm also saying that based on everything I said about my community and all our area, if anybody wants to collaborate with us, we are very, very ready and willing in the area of technology, in the area of agriculture, in the area of boosting production, in the area of even marketing the product, because there's no point doing something that one will not have market for at the end of the day. So whatever we're doing, the major is to be able to market those things and have profits and everybody's happy. So, and agriculture mainly, if it's development, I mean, it also develops the infrastructure, and that's a lot of appearing on the people. It's improves their life. So when people see that people are spreading to agriculture and it brings development, all of that we use the land as an example to improve agriculture in their own place too. And let that become a place where people see as agriculture. I come to apply sort of change and then can the same thing in their localities. So when we look into all those things, at the end of the day, we'll be able to say, yes, we have done our job, we've had both of the people, and we ourselves have had, we have a lot of benefits to be derived from it. I normally tell Mrs. that I'm not after money, but I'm after a reason where everybody will participate, and at the end of the day, they will have a reward for their labor. So that's my view of the whole thing. And with what everybody have actually said on this platform, I think all of us are on the same page. So everybody has their own area of specialization. So if there is synergy, if you put everything together based on everybody's area of specialization, we can achieve our goals. And we make Nigeria better, we can make Africa better agriculturally, and even have great impact in the world, in the area of agricultural advancements. So that is my and I also want to thank everybody for listening and for the patience, for not seeing me as a local man, that is raising people who have had experiences, who have had the various academic degrees. So I want to thank you. I'd like to thank you, Mr. Akin. Thank you very much. Particularly Mrs. Golade, you have done a lot of work, and God will help all of us to, at the end of the day, achieve what we all agree on the platform today and tomorrow, to be able to put them into action. Because the doctor have said that it's not just talk. Let us back our thoughts with action. So let us start from there. And so anybody that wants to hear more after this platform, or they are in the collaboration, whatever it is, and get to Ocean, when they get to Ocean, they can access me anytime, any day, so that let us make a lot of difference in the area of agriculture in this country. Particularly, let us be impactful on community-based agriculture. God bless you. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Kabiesi. Deeply appreciate you for all your input. Now, I would like to take some conversations from some pointers made by participants. And this is coming from Ayodele Oladosun. And he says that from the discussions we've been having, his point here is that the involvement and expectations from the government should be at maximum of 1%. Hence, it might be met with discouragement. And this is from GS1. He said, it is really cracking. Can't make out his words. Okay, no, okay, that was one. No, this one is from Ferrani. Oh, he said, God bless you, sir. Wonderful point. Thank you so much for your comments. We're deeply grateful. So we're going straight now to introduce our last speaker for today, and that will be Mr. Kola. He is the founder, startup farming, farmprofit.ng. So he will be taking us for some very,
Can we mute, please?
Let's open the floor
Mr. Elisha,
Mr.
you mute
Kola.
this thing.
So, Mr. Kola, the floor is open for you.
Hello? Good morning, everyone. Hello, good morning, everyone. My name is Kola Aposhide, and then we have I listen to everyone, and sincerely, I'm highly impressed with what I've heard this morning. Most especially Alaji's summation about the youth and then the cultural system in Nigeria. It is something that is highly worthwhile and mind-blowing. Of that, we have a solution in place, though we are here to launch it out, that they have designed something that can actually help out the youth. We started this program. We were collecting data over a period of time in 2019, and we discovered that for the youth to be able to stay up at the camp, because we noticed that the farmers are old now, and because the farmers are old, nobody is going back to the farm, and because no one is going back to the farm, it makes it so difficult. Even for the farming thing in Nigeria to work. And that is why we have a product, and we said it is back to farm, when we said hoes and cutlasses cannot feed the future. I'm trying to share some slides there so that we can see. Oh, sorry. Okay. All right. So where we said O's and cutlass cannot feed the future, we need to automate from the farm to the table. Aladi said something, and even Mr. Kumolu said something the other time about taking, and it has been a big problem. And that was why we designed our own program in such a way. We said food production should not be seasonal, because hunger is not seasonal. We made to make it an all year round food production using hydroponics and different types of farming technology. We have done research for this over a period of time. And we have said the only thing, just like Aladi, I'm trying to reiterate what Aladi said because it's mind-boggling. He said government cannot do this. It takes the private sector and the public to be able to achieve this. For like 1.5 years, we were running after different state governments in the southwestern region of Nigeria, and we discovered that they were not forthcoming. Either you need to bribe somebody or you need to do this, and even the proposals that we gave to them did not see the light of the day. And then we discovered that the only thing we can do is for us to go back to the drawing board and look for a way to make it a public and private sector investment, so that agriculture can ensure that there is food security and create employment. And when we sent out some questionnaires, even to different spheres of the society, most especially the youth that are just coming out of school, and we discovered that the youth corpers, they were so interested to do this, given the fact that most of them, they feel like, look, what can we do after school? No job outside there. And then we designed a program a program that will cater to the life cycle of a farmer. From the time you started, you will start, once you onboard on this, you will start keep some amount of money as pension. We want to give them medical facilities. We want to give them insurance, life insurance, disability insurance. Even we have gone as far as finalizing it to a level that even any settlement that we will have a medical facility, we will have a school, so that the life of a farmer will no longer be the lifestyle of you start from grass and you end up in the grave. We want it to be a beautiful lifestyle that if everyone will want to be a farmer. Either you are a part-time farmer or you are a full-time farmer, and that is what we want to do with our system. And we said it is farm profit. And this slide I'm showing are the things that we actually want to do. We give the farmer input loan, we give them life insurance, we give them health insurance, we set aside part of what they have for pension, we give them mortgage, farm insurance, education plan. We are a life cycle solutions provider, and that is what we want to do. But the truth of the matter is, it is only the private sector and the public sector that can make this to happen. Leaving anything with the government, this project will not see the light of day. As I'm talking to you now, we have already signed an agreement with Tangerine.Africa, who are going to provide all this for us at a premium for farmers. And in a short while, by the end of the month of August, we will launch out directly. And by now, we are presently enrolling farmers. We are in like 5 different settlements in Ogun State. Most especially, we have the Coca farm settlement. This was a settlement that was established as far back as the time of Obafemi Awolowo, but the place has been left to ruins. And we have over 600 people, no light, no community development, the farmers doing different things. And that is what we are trying to do, to give farmers a sense of responsibility. This is a prototype of a building that we want to give them, depending on the need of that farmer. If it's a couple, it does not need more than a luxury 1-bedroom apartment. If it's a family man, then you can get 2 or 3 bedroom flat. We have already done an agreement with what we call Federal Mortgage Bank. And when we agreed with them, they said, look, all you have to do is to get a financial institution that will back you up to do this. And they said, we have gotten Tangerine money, and they are the ones that will do this, and we will presently launch out very soon. These are the things that we want to give farmers. An average farmer on 1 hectare of land should be able to have 1,500 beds. The cage and all the battery system are going to be done by Big Dutchman. We have an agreement in place with them already. Hydroponics, we have an agreement signed with someone already. What we are just waiting for is to finalize all the policy things that are from government side, and then we'll be able to launch. On that, when the specialization of that farmer determines what we do on the land that the farmer provides. If you are a pig farmer, we'll do this for you. If you are a poultry farmer, we'll do what you want us to do. If you want to be a dairy farmer, that we will do all the things that are requested. And sincerely, the objective of this is to make farming a way of life, a desirable profession for anybody to want to do. So I appreciate the opportunity of giving this, and sincerely, I know one way or the other there will be collaboration. We have different partners, FCMB, Exam Answered, although they are not become Tangerine Live, because Tangerine has already taken over Exam Answered, insurance, and all the other things we need to do. Thank you so much. Even part of what we will do is we will offtake. We have already signed an agreement, even with some farmers who have this rice mill, from harvesting to destoning to polishing and able to packaging, so that will make everything easy for the life of a farmer to be able to go right. Thank you for this opportunity. I really appreciate it. God bless you all.
Thank you, everybody. With the last speaker now, we are coming to the end of the event today, and I believe everybody are able to take in a lot to work on. So I really appreciate everybody's presence, their contribution, their knowledge transfer, their skills, and their solutions. Because the main thing we are doing here is about finding solutions to the problems of practicing advanced farming or smart farming in Africa. And with the speakers, the contributor, the question and answers, ideas and all, I think we are able to recap what we have spoken about. We are able to, get the insight and the learning of this sector. So I appreciate everybody. Tomorrow, Rume will be announcing how tomorrow is going to play out. And I wish to see everyone to be present because I believe everybody enjoys what we have now. So thank you very much.
Rume. Rume.
We tell Rume, let's bring the event to us to close up. And they say thank you to everybody for their presence. So see you tomorrow.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. Where is Tony?
See you tomorrow.
Tony. All right. Okay.
Thank you very much, Chairman. Thank you, Mr.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you, everyone.
Mr. Julu, Mr. Akosile, Funem, Oladosu, and so many of you that I cannot remember your names. I will implore you. Oh yeah, that's Mr. David. Thank you very much. And then my brother as well. I want to say thank you very much to everybody, and hope to see you again tomorrow.
Thank you greatly, sir. Appreciate you.
Did they allow us to finish now? Did they allow us to finish? So thank you very much, everybody. See you tomorrow, and remember to tell your friends. Remember to tell your friends, and remember to invite some of your friends so that we about cross-pollination of ideas going forward.